Turn sounds greeting.
Oh.
I gave you 2 quality ones last week, and none of them made them to the show.
So if someone comes to you with like some blue cheese and says, this is quality blue cheese, but to everyone else it's very unpalatable. It's true that it's still a quality cheese, but I don't want no blue cheese on my show.
Well, that's why you
That was very well thought through.
Thank you.
I had blue cheese on my Subway this morning.
Did
this
you?
afternoon. Yeah.
How was it?
It was blue and cheese. It was satisfying.
Hi, this is Ben from Turn Sounds. And to save money getting a tattoo, just use a texter with permanent ink.
Yep, droid is ready.
Hello there.
No droid.
That R2 unit is in prime condition.
No, thank you.
I'm with the droid on this one.
Wow, relax your droid.
Congratulations.
Hello there, and welcome to Astromech, your favorite Star Wars show. We talk about Star Wars and all the wars
Indeed
of the
we do.
stars.
Indeed we do.
And every once again, we appreciate fine talents such as Ariana Grande, but I digress.
What, like 5 seconds in we're on
What?
to Ariana
Yeah.
Grande?
Is this not okay anymore?
Well,
Was it
I
ever?
mean, it was a pretty quick turn straight into Ariana Grande Street.
there is someone in Star Wars who kind of looks like Ariana Grande now that I think about it. No,
Who's that?
not in any sense at all, aside from the hairdo, but
Is it-
isn't there...
Is it
Yeah.
Fortuna?
What do you think Ariana Grande looks like?
Shame, sir.
I have no
For
frame.
shame.
I have no frame. of
I
reference.
can't even remember where she's from, if she's from Phantom Menace or Jabba's
Oh, no,
Palace
no.
or whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, with the hair.
Aura Singh, the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
She's all white
Sounds about
except
right.
for like one
Yeah.
ponytail.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
I still want to. Yeah.
She doesn't look at all. She's got the hair.
All right.
Yeah.
Episode 99, this is XCIX, and this is brought to you by Clone Trooper 99, you know, who sadly met his demise.
Spoiler
R.I.P.
alert.
Yeah.
Much like this show, he was misshapen and deformed, barely getting along. So,
And
That
why
seems
did you
inaccurate.
pick 99? Is that significant for a certain episode number, perhaps?
what? This is episode 99.
I know that. Well, yeah. I was trying to segue.
Explain the joke.
Oh, no.
Okay. I refuse. I'm your host, Isaac Mark Anthony. You know me as Admiral Isaac Barr. Joined faithfully by Benjamin.
Ben Quadranaris.
Yeah, good to have
Yeah.
you. Andrew's here as well.
Hello, Andrew D2 this week.
Yeah.
Your other friendly neighborhood droid.
Very nice.
Yep. Hello, everybody.
Indeed. So we got a rather interesting show along the way for you today. And I hate to start the show off on not a downer. It's not a downer, but it is something unfortunate that I do have to do. It gives me no pleasure at all to say that Benjamin Scottford has hereby been
Oh, boy.
banned
Oh.
from talking anything in regards to Lego Star Wars.
Oh,
Wait.
yeah.
Wait up.
I will allow you to speak.
Okay.
Actually, do we have our high horse? Can we get?
Well, let him speak,
Okay.
and then we can introduce Clag into the...
Yeah.
So you can edit in if I actually said something else that contradicts this, but I'm pretty sure I said that there was a potential leaked release date. Like GameStop put up a sign that said the 31st of May, whatever it was. But that wasn't confirmed. It wasn't an official announcement from Lego. And following that, later after I said that, then we got an official announcement saying that it had been delayed, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I don't think I was misled you there. GameStop misled you, if anything. They're getting a
I
bit...
feel like hopes were raised though.
Yeah, so was their
Oh,
stock
Hello,
prices.
Clag.
Yeah.
Hello, Clag. Oh no, out of the hair.
It's all right. I actually don't need to get up on the high horse today because I just want to say that wouldn't have been brought to my attention if it weren't for you. So my hopes
sorry.
were very much raised.
That's
But
fair.
I have a statement here from TNT Games they did on their Twitter account, which while I was scrolling this, I actually saw a pretty cool picture of C-3PO riding a Bantha
Oh, yeah.
through the streets of
Okay.
Mos Eisley, which,
As you do.
man, it's looking polished. They look really, really nice. It's good stuff. They say, all of us at TNT Games are working hard to make Lego Star Wars TM Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, the biggest and best ever Lego game. But we're going to need a bit more time to do it. We won't be able to make our intended spring release date. So they did intend it for spring in the US, which is...
Autumn for us.
Yeah.
So it would have been about May.
Okay, so that would
yeah.
attract. We won't be able to make our intended spring release date, but we'll provide updated launching timing as soon as possible. And then it was headed with, we appreciate all the patience and all of that. So, yeah, okay. But I want to say that was very disappointing, and it happened to come right after Ben brought that. So,
Yeah.
I feel like,
unfortunately.
Ben needs to wear some of the brunt of this news being he let the cat out of the bag too early.
What
it's
can
okay.
I say?
How about sorry? Okay.
I'm bringing you the freshest news as it's available.
It was super fresh.
It was, and it was welcome news too. I got really excited.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
I think a few people did.
that's
Yeah,
all right.
It'll be worth it when it comes, though.
Absolutely, I think it will be. Okay, well, thoughts of the day we generally move into first. A little something for you. This is not so much a thought, but something I came across while I was playing the Star Wars. It's been renamed to Star Wars Racer, I think, in the Nintendo Switch port that they did. But originally Pod Racer, I think it was called.
Okay.
Just, you know, the
Was it like a PlayStation port or something? Not
it was like a Nintendo 64, I think.
Oh, okay.
Also PC.
Like an episode 1 type?
Yeah, episode 1.
Okay.
That's what it was called. Episode 1 Racer or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, at the end of every single race, as the score is being tallied up, you see who won, who came in what place. You get this peculiar track playing in the background, which is just Watto singing, and I wanted to bring that for all of you. And this is after every single race. It goes like this.
I approve. I think we've got a new
That was
theme
pretty
song.
good. Yeah, I think we might just...
We can bring him out to intro No Disintegrations from now on.
Actually, do we know who voiced Watto? I don't actually know the actor who voiced Watto.
I looked up the other day because I went to go actually look up his IMDb thing and get him on the show. But
Right.
Yeah.
And was it the same guy who did that? Do you
I
know?
don't think so. It sounds close enough, but yeah.
That'd be cool.
We're moving to No Disintegrations. Hey.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good
That's
stuff.
great.
That's very cool.
A fun game as well, so can recommend. Anything from the two of you? Any thoughts?
I've got a couple of things, if you don't mind me monopolising a little bit of
okay.
time.
You mentioned
You can.
shout-outs as well.
Yeah,
so.
I've got a couple of shout outs. So I did promise a little while ago to give our friends over in Shund, China, bit of a shout out. Hello, guys. We are living large over in the Chinese province over there. So going strong, hopefully promoting the podcast to all of the people that can currently speak and listen to English.
Can they translate it for us into...
I don't know
Yeah.
how that works. That would be interesting.
They speak
actually.
Mandarin over there, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Hey guys,
Hey.
how you doing? And also big hello to Dan, who's one of our new listeners. He's a big fan of me, basically. And that's the story I'm going to go with.
Imagine that. You know how, like, with movies, they'll do an overdub, so you're still watching the person saying it, and then it'll be over in another language. Imagine our YouTube videos like that with Chinese
We'll talk
translated.
about some cool technology that's coming soon.
Yeah, actually, you keep going.
Yeah. Actually, while you're on the interwebs, maybe get onto Instagram. There is an Instagram that I wanted to give a brief shout out to that I found recently. They're a WA based Instagram person, but they do like the toy photography shots of
with like explosions and things.
yeah, like the
Oh,
pose
yeah.
shots with like the black series of toys.
That's cool.
And they're a big fan of getting those. Their Instagram handle is PostalMC83.
All one... Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Cool.
Just look up PostalMC83 on Instagram. He does a whole bunch of still shots with toys, particularly with not just for Star Wars, but Batman, Thor, that sort of stuff. Some really cool pictures in there. Wanted to give them a bit of a hype, bit of a signal boost. And the last one was a bit of an Easter egg. I don't know have you guys been keeping up with...
Just before we lose that thread, because I got something silly and potentially offensive here.
Go ahead.
To all of our listeners over in China,
感谢您收听我们的节目。
I hope that means what I made it to mean.
Actually, that's a good question. I will ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want that one more time?
Yeah,
or
do that one more time.
感谢您收听我们的节目。
There's a woman in there.
Yeah. So Google Translate may have just offended an entire continent of people.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're not really sure.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you for listening to our show. That's yeah.
That's what that's supposed to say.
Google don't sponsor us, and
They probably won't now.
okay.
But look, have you guys been keeping up with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney
Yes,
Plus?
not the latest episode, but the first two at least.
I watched the
okay.
first one.
All right.
Very good.
Yeah. So without spoiling too much,
Oh.
I enjoy it. Okay,
Okay.
I enjoy it. I'm a bit of a Marvel fan, more Marvel than DC. Anyway, in the latest episode, there is a cell that or a prison cell. Guess what the number of the prison cell is?
2187.
It is 100% 2187. I thought that was a really cool little tie-in. Obviously, 2187 is the original detention cell that Princess Leia was in. And it's
cool.
also FN 2187 was Finn's original designation. So, cool little Easter egg that kind of popped up on my radar.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's my thoughts for this week.
Yeah. Appreciate.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I tuned into a live stream earlier today. It was on Facebook. Someone was playing a Star Wars game. I believe it was Jedi Academy Core, I think.
Yeah.
You ever
Hyphen
heard of
core.
it? Yeah. You might
never
not have heard of it, but
Yeah, the small channel.
yeah. But they make good content, so go
Yeah,
subscribe to them. But anyway, this Jedi Knight Jedi Academy core was playing Jedi Knight Jedi Academy and jumping across these wreck or whatever it was. Essentially, it was don't walk on the sand because there's a monster that jumps
The
up
floor
and
is
hits you.
lava one. Yeah, I remember that level.
Is
Sounds
that
terrifying.
a crate dragon in like the same as what's in the Mandalorian, or is it something different?
So in that live stream, I'm sure the guy probably said something like, okay, so it's
you.
it's me
surprise.
all along, mom and dad.
That was a good skit.
So pretty much one of the remarks I made in that video was you see them burrowing along the sand, right? And you see like the sand like slightly caving in, slightly mounding in different spots. And I very much suspected when we watched Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, that the first shot you see of the reveal of the Krayt Dragon is the sand kind of caving in as it's moving along. And I thought that it was going to be those little worm burrowing creatures.
Okay.
They just get called burrowers in the game. I don't know if they're anything else. But they're very clearly not Krayt Dragons. They're these disgusting worm things full of mounds of teeth and...
Like a Dune, Frank Herbert's Dune sort of sandworm sort of thing. Have you seen that? Are you guys aware of that popular culture?
They bear a lot of resemblance to the ones in The Hobbit as well, the Earth Eaters, I think they're called, or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. So in just for context, so that level or whatever is where you're trying to jump from like platform to platform to gather things or something?
Yeah, ship parts and whatnot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but no, not a Krayt Dragon, but probably more scary.
Yeah, it was making some scary noises, although there was some other screaming going on from whoever was streaming that, so who knows what was what.
Did you message me and say, hey, check this out, there's a dude crying on Facebook? Was that
Probably justifiable.
Nah.
Right, is this part of the skit, or is that an actual question?
No, this is a bit. It's a bit. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Move along.
We're now going to move into something we call jobs in Star Wars.
Oh.
No, okay.
Yeah, that's
This is
cool.
what we call jobs in Star Wars.
We've reached the part in the program where we discuss possible jobs in Star Wars.
It's kind of hard to listen to that. Like, it hurts the ears. Go, Andy, please.
So I was given the task of finding a job in Star Wars, and I really like the, you know what? Never mind. I was going to set it up with a weird medieval context. It doesn't work like that.
Fair.
I want to say Jabba the Hutt. He works really hard. Can we agree with that?
No.
He's a hard. Okay.
What does he
Sits
work
around
hard?
eating frogs all day.
But that's hard work. And look, when you've done a hard day work of demanding people's death by getting eaten by rancors, and you're throwing, slave dancing people to their deaths, etc., you need to relax. And that's where
Yeah.
you get your own personal masseuse
Uh-huh.
for Jabba the Hutt.
Uh-huh.
And imagine it's like a team of people.
Yeah.
Just kind of beginning, middle, and end, just kind of going at it and just elbows, knees,
Yeah.
just really kind of limbering up that solid.
One holds
muscle.
up like the chicken wing arm and the other like rubs some of the...
Yeah,
I got
Yeah. Just, that's
Just
why
go with
he's-
it, Ben.
And that's why he's glistening. That's why he's glistening in Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
He's not, it's not his natural sort of whatever. He's just come from a masseuse session. He's just been oiled up. He's been interrupted mid masseuse.
too much oil, and he just like slides across the floor.
Yeah, that's right. He just risky business style, and just can't stop. Just keeps going.
Very nice.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. Just to see this massive oil slick along the floor. But look, I think that would be an extremely important job. And if you do it well, you've got the ear of the biggest gangster in the Outer Rim, Jabba the Hutt.
Well, not only that, so we've only ever seen Jabba act out like angrily, hits Chewie.
yeah, someone
C-3PO.
pushes too hard with the elbow.
Well, not only that, but you got to imagine he has good days when he's in a good mood as well. So that'd probably be as a result of a good massage.
Yeah, it really kind of worked out some of that tension, some of that stress of sending people to their deaths and enslaving populations.
And not only that, but sitting down, as Ben puts it, it's not really doing much. But imagine having people coming up to you all the time. Jabba, do you want this for lunch or that? And you're like, just make something up, surprise me. Another person comes up, I brought you this bounty thing and all of that. It's just
I'm going to blow you up with a thermal detonator. That's some stressful situation.
Yeah.
carries it in the shoulders, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got big shoulders.
Yeah.
Could I add to that?
Okay. I'm hesitant to say go ahead, but please.
He needs a shower as well. He can't
Yeah,
wash. Like, imagine
true.
Jabba trying to scrub his underarms. He can't reach across his body with his little arms. So
Do you
they
think
should clean
that
him
would
as
be okay? So tying that back into last week's job with the window cleaners, could that be like a second job for them? They finished cleaning the Death Star windows and then moved to cleaning Jabba the Hutt with the same squeegee mop.
I'm going to say it's kind of like a day spa. Like these people that come
Yeah,
along, they
okay,
know
good
that's
point.
the full package, But also he's a greasy, slimy Hutt. He probably doesn't care about gross stuff.
So maybe they don't even have to supply. They can cut costs by not having to supply the grease. It's a problematic thought to have. I really want to move on now.
Yep. Just lastly,
Yeah, you started this, mate.
I know I did.
I can
regret it.
imagine somebody like shampooing Salacious Crumb's hair at the same time.
He's wrapped in like a little towel. He comes out with a towel.
Oh,
turban.
yeah.
Mm.
It's a nice one. And this has been
Jobs in Star Wars.
very nicely done. I'm going to get so tired of that by the end.
Nah, never.
All right.
never.
So we're now going to move along to something that we've been doing quite a bit lately. We're going to be recasting the Solo movie. And we've been doing it character by character. And today we find ourselves with the Val, which is the wife, I think. Not girlfriend, wife, I think.
Oh.
No, I want to say girlfriend. I'm going to say partner. I'm
Yeah.
going to say partner because I don't know if that's...
Okay, that's fine.
He's
I'm
a
not
criminal.
sure.
He doesn't do things by the law anyway. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. So Val, as originally cast by...
Tandy Newton.
Yes,
In-
I hope so, because I
Yes.
didn't write it down.
So the Solo movie, Val. So she's a bit of a no nonsense sort of character. R.I.P. Spoiler alert.
Dies in that train scene that we all like so much.
Big fan of the trains.
All right.
I definitely had to Google Val when you said that.
Fair. Yeah.
And
okay.
even seeing it, I was like, wait, what? And then I like kind of remembered reading Wikipedia, but yeah.
Val.
Yeah.
I think the problem is the character itself is only kind of in the first half of the movie because she dies in the train scene
Right.
kind of unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Because I was all ready to wrap
to
up
no
this
point.
this casting of Solo, and then I thought, no, it wouldn't really be fair to leave her out because she's part of the gang. So we're going to throw that over. And so, yeah, we're offering an
What about the
alternate.
four arms
We'll
guy? He's
get
part
to
of the
that.
gang.
We'll get to that. Who could have voiced a CG alien better?
Yeah,
Tom Hanks. Done.
true.
So, yeah, we're going to offer an alternative to that. And
Should you go first?
oh, would you like me to go
Sure,
first?
go first.
I watched The Martian recently.
Oh, good
okay.
movie.
Good old movie.
Matt Damon there?
Quick story about that. Yes.
Okay.
Quick story about that. My wife and I went to go see that at the cinema. It was very popular when it came out.
Yeah.
We bought tickets ahead of time, way ahead of time, a couple of hours before the screening. Went to go.
What?
I was thinking like days or something.
You know, people book tickets like months ahead of time for movies.
A couple of hours is still ahead of time.
Okay,
Yeah, fair.
Give me
alright.
that.
Fair,
Okay.
fair call. Okay.
We go to the cinema on time for the thing, stroll over into our theater,
Yeah.
and it's completely full.
Wow.
We're
Oh,
there with
wow.
our tickets and the session time and
Was
everything.
it assigned seating?
No.
Oh, really?
So we looked around. There was maybe only one or two dotted seats, and we wanted seats together. So we were like, okay. And so funny, we actually went out and watched. I think it's called Heat or something with
Val
yeah.
Kilmer?
no with Bradley Cooper. I think as the chef, the guy with anyway.
Oh,
Is that what it's called?
I think it's just called.
Burnt. I think it's called.
Yeah,
Burnt,
that sounds
Burnt.
about right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Heat was with Val Kilmer and
Yeah.
Al Pacino.
Well,
I'm
and then
pretty
there's
sure.
the
That was
Heat, which is like
mid-90s.
Melissa McCarthy or whatever.
Oh, yeah, there's that one too.
That's like more
Yeah.
modern, but
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
you didn't watch that.
No.
Anyway, so we didn't get to watch The Martian that day, and
Okay.
yeah, it was upsetting. So from The
Great
Martian,
story.
thank you.
Good segue.
Glad I could entertain you that way. I'm still mad, so I don't know how that. I don't know how that happens to a person. We bought the tickets early.
Okay.
Would you
See,
say
how,
you've
how,
been
so how is this
burnt?
relevant?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, nice. That's a fist.
okay. From The Martian,
Yeah.
Jessica Chastain. I'm gonna
Oh, yes.
say interesting though. I would dye her hair like a brunette black kind of color. I maybe
Okay.
wouldn't have her as the redhead that we all know her as. Just a small change, I think, would bring her a little closer to the character design that we're used to. But I think that she could be a very formidable and feisty sort of character, much like we see in the Solo movie, and
Yep.
I reckon she could do it.
Yeah, I remember I was actually looking at her. I was going to do a bit of an honorable mention for her as well. She was in Zero Dark 30, which is a movie about trying to find Osama bin Laden and all of that sort of shenanigans. But yeah, she was one of the people I had on my list
And
originally as well.
Interstellar.
And Interstellar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's good.
Did you
Good
see
choice.
that at the movies?
No, I didn't.
There you go.
I haven't even seen that movie.
Really?
Okay, don't hate on me. This is a Star Wars podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My opinion on
Leave.
that is it's overrated.
Okay.
I said it.
Okay.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
It's
Soundtrack,
not
wonderful.
even that highly rated, is it? Lots of people didn't like it.
Did they?
I thought it got like a 7 out of 10 sort of average
all
score.
Where's
right.
the stay on target?
All
gone?
right. Fine.
Stay on target.
All right. Fine.
Anyway.
Who did you have?
Okay, so I originally was looking at Jessica Chastain, but I had two people, and I couldn't kind of split them up. The first one was Saoirse Ronan. She's an Irish actress, extremely versatile. She was in Lady Bird. She's been a whole bunch of... Yeah, her name's spelt really strangely, but it's pronounced Saoirse.
Okay.
She's extremely versatile.
Any other movies?
Not off the top of my head. Like if you,
Not
I think.
that versatile.
Well, no. Like, I just remember she's a really good character actress. And she plays a lot of different characters really well.
Okay.
My brain has gone blank, and the only movie I can remember her in is Lady Bird. But anyway,
Fair enough.
the other one that I had was Letitia Wright, who plays Suri in Black Panther. I thought she would be I like the way that...
Is that the little sister?
yeah, that's the little sister, the
Okay.
scientist.
You seen Black Panther yet, Ben?
Yes, I've seen
Okay.
that. I only just watched Captain Marvel the other day.
I haven't even watched
the
Captain
only one I
Oh,
haven't seen.
man.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched Captain Marvel, but
Don't bother.
yeah, no, I wasn't going to. But yeah, I thought I liked the way that she brought her energy to that particular character. I thought that might work interestingly for Val. So yeah,
Nicely
they are
done.
my choices.
Well, I guess you'd have someone younger for what's her name? The Woody Harrelson, because she's a bit young for the role, isn't she? Like,
Yeah, I think
You want
so.
someone kinda
I
older.
suppose you probably need someone a bit older. So an older
That could work.
version of all.
or,
you
or
could just
even it
age
could be
her a
Woody Harrelson's little sister or something, or his cousin, like rather than partner. That could work.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly.
Protege.
There we go.
What you got, Ben?
All I could think of was Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Because I just,
Interesting, yeah.
like I said, I just Googled Val and it said she was like a gangster or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, Michelle Rodriguez. So yeah, I haven't
She's in.
seen her really in anything at all aside from Fast and Furious. So who knows how
Avatar
versatile
as
she
well.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
She's been
yeah.
in so many things.
Wasn't she in like Machete or something?
Yeah, I haven't seen
Something
her.
like that.
Yeah,
Alright.
probably. But yeah, anyway, she could probably do it.
Yeah, she was in Lost as well.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Just going back to Saoirse Ronan, she was the title character or played the main character for The Lovely Bones. She was in
Okay,
Mary
I
Queen
can
of
picture her
Scots,
now. Yeah.
Brooklyn in 2015.
Still not putting a face to that name.
Yeah.
I still don't recognize her, actually.
She's an Irish American actress.
That very different choice for the role.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen some of her work in those other movies. That just obviously my brain's just not working anymore. It stopped working some years ago.
Cool.
But I do remember. I do remember that she does character work really, really well. She brings an interesting versatility.
Sweet.
So I think she'd be an interesting choice.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, then. We also have, we usually pair these together. We don't have to, though. I'll leave it up to you guys, actually. You
Okay.
must choose whether we read an email from Apple or whether we are going to be doing our shots from Rogue One.
Oh, we got to read the email, don't we?
I think
It's,
we
we're
owe
a
it
few weeks behind with that.
I know.
one.
I think we owe it
Indeed,
to
we
Apple.
shall then. Here we go. Benjamin, you remember what you have to do to that rusty bucket over in the corner?
Yeah. Turn it on.
Yep.
Beep. Boop. On.
Several transmissions were beamed to the ship by rebel spies.
Just 5 minutes of your time, little email.
Every time I think about that, it was so unexpected, but here we go.
Hello
Yeah.
there.
Oi.
My
Oi.
serial number is R4D5.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Hello, RD5. How are you going?
R45. She
Good
just
morning.
said it.
I said, how are you going?
You said R5.
What? R4D5.
Okay.
This is going to be great to listen
just-
You
back
have
to.
no
So-
emails today.
Okay, well, clearly this is...
Have you not fixed the?
Sorry, I do not understand.
all right.
Well,
She's,
clearly.
I'm
she's
looking-
got a few.
Yeah. There's still
bolts
some
loose.
bug. Yeah. There's still
No,
some bugs.
Andrew.
Okay. The SAS chip's still there.
Sorry, that does not exist.
The SAS chip.
Okay,
Okay. Well, look, we're moving ahead here because we got some emails and some time to get through here. Dear friend from the Netherlands, Apple Juiceable, welcome, friend. Welcome back to our show.
Hey, hey.
May your voice be represented well through my bad reading. He says, hey guys, thanks again for making an amazing show. You're welcome.
Hey.
Honestly, I was missing a big part of the Mace Windu discussion. So we were having a discussion a little while back about, is Mace Windu really a jerk? Why was he written the way that he is?
Okay.
Did we decide that he is and that's just how it is?
I think
I
we
can't remember.
concluded that he was written to be the antagonist for Anakin.
Right. Yeah.
And to maybe be that figure of authority that like really went too far and abusing his power, potentially.
Okay.
I hope I'm recapping that right. But anyway.
Sounds good.
I was missing a big part of the Mace Windu discussion. In my opinion, he wasn't created to create conflict for the protagonist, Anakin. Mace was the embodied result of the Jedi who lost their way. Palpatine was able to rise and overturn the Jedi by taking advantage of their flaws. And he continues on here. As Kenobi lectured, for over 1,000 years, the generations of the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Republic. He's got that in italics.
I feel like you butchered that whole thing.
I read it as it was written.
Okay.
And then slurred my words. The prequel show Jedi who are not like that in any way. The Jedi and the Council especially seem to be completely integrated in the political reality of Coruscant. It's a bit tightly packed. I'm having a bit of trouble. We see Jedi walking in the Senate, talking and discussing political affairs. The Council assigns Jedi Knights and Padawans all over the galaxy for specific tasks, guarding political key figures, meddling in the trade blockades, and actively supporting policies of the Supreme Chancellor. This is all ringing true so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mace Windu shows the viewer how the Jedi are and how their heads are in the clouds, unable to deal with the crises?
Yeah.
Like Naboo in the first movie. They sit in their chairs and command Qui-Gon and Kenobi back and forth to Naboo while not realizing the huge consequence of the possible Sith. In the second movie, a decade has passed and we witness even more entangled Jedi Council. They are so busy philosophizing about possible threats, they seem to be completely paralyzed to do anything about evidence dark side is rising amongst them. The Battle of Geonosis is a tipping point for Mace Windu, not only by actively attempting to arrest the Trade Federation members and beheading Jango Fett, but also by doing the opposite of what they are supposed to be doing, actively commanding and leading mysterious clone army for the Senate. Neglecting the multiple flaws of Windu in the Clone Wars series, we see Windu spinning out of control. Well, it was the Emperor who was spinning, really.
In control.
In control, yeah. Wow. We see Windu spinning out of control in the third movie. Well, it was spinning out the window. Oh, man. Him, coming in and out of focus in the camera. Unable to acknowledge the good in Anakin and overestimating the powers of the Jedi Masters, he ends up broken, beat, and scarred in the streets of Coruscant. Do you reckon he survived, Apple Juiceable? Is that something you're peddling here?
That's a hot take.
I think this is his script idea for... Anyway.
I'd buy that book.
That has been more popular recently.
Yeah, it has.
Seeing a bit of that.
Pretty much any character that falls out of the shot, we're like, did you really die?
Unless I see the body, they're not dead. That's a possible return.
Yep. I'm holding out for Han. He never purposefully provoked conflict, but his lack of being a Jedi gave Palpatine the opportunity to seize power. So that was an entire, that was his statement there that he's made.
It's a manifesto, not a statement.
Man, okay, that is well researched is what that is.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything that you've written here, it's an accurate assessment of what we watched in the movies, which I appreciate, and in the Clone Wars series. And so here comes his opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion, Samuel L. Jackson is a perfect casting, and he knew the role he had to play. Jackson is known by the audience thanks to his previous badass roles, from the cold-blooded killer in Pulp Fiction until the unintelligent, no-nonsense scientist in Jurassic Park. Shout out to Jurassic Park.
Hey.
Yeah. The viewer is challenged in the prequels to look beyond his facade. His masculine appearance, purple lightsaber, ... Everything's so cool, but after Mace Windu is struck by lightning and we see the final credits roll, we realize the Jedi had unwittingly helped Darth Sidious in his quest to rule the galaxy. Not by doing wrong, but by majorly deviating from the very thing that he swore to be. Windu is written for the audience to dislike, just like the Luke Skywalker in the masterpiece, The Last Jedi.
Oh, that's a hot take.
Apple getting better every day.
That's a hot take, Apple. You knew that was going to cause friction.
Oh, and he sent like a video link essay for us to check out.
Oh, really?
He says, just my 2 cents. Mate, that was your $2 is what I'm going to say there.
That was a whole 200.
All the
right
best
there.
from the Netherlands, Apple Juiceable.
Nice.
Mate, look at you go. I don't know what to say. Well done. I agree with you there. And I think I'm sorry that we didn't reach this level of analysis that you've hit us with here, but it's very well thought out.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Thoughts, guys, please.
Look, I don't think there's much to really argue. I think it's a really well structured perspective, and I don't think I have a lot to kind of say that's wrong. I totally agree that Windu was written in a way to, we clearly dislike him. We've been calling him a jerk for the last 99 episodes.
Not me.
Well, okay. I've been calling him a jerk for the last 99 episodes. Was he constructed that way? Was that just how Samuel played him? Well, I think, it's definitely a bit of both. And I think that, Apple's perspective carries a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. I mean, I disagree about the Last Jedi comment, but that's probably the only critique I would make of his argument.
So
masterpiece, far out.
It doesn't quite describe how good it is. Like masterpiece, it's close, but it doesn't quite get it.
I'm tempted to cross over into liking Last Jedi, just so I can be part of that niche group that likes it. Ben, what do you reckon?
Because I guess part of the thing is you think there's all these Jedi, but then when you really think about it, who are the main characters? Like there's Kit Fisto and a few of them you can name, but they don't even really have any lines or anything. No. So Mace Windu is really the biggest and almost the only character we get who really embodies the whole council and just the
other than Yoda and
Yaddle.
Yoda. That's true. Yeah, so him and Yoda really, but Yoda kind of stands out as a bit different. So I guess Mace Windu really, like he was saying there, like the embodiment of the Jedi going too far and stuff like that. To have a certain, like a specific character who really portrays that is, it's good. Makes it easier.
Are we really? Are we focusing on that as a negative? Like I know we say he went too far, like that is like a bad thing, but kind of like also what was he supposed to do? Like when you're one of the head members of an entire order on a planet which is, there's intergalactic war going on and you've been thrust into this war to try and be like, they've said, we're not soldiers, we're supposed to be peacekeepers. And it's kind of like, then you get the tip off that the dude at the very top is like a Sith Lord. And it's like,
Sith Lord?
Thank you. It's like, what really was he supposed to do? I mean...
Well, I think Apple points out like they were leading armies of weird clones. I don't know if that was his exact words, but it was pretty close.
Pretty close.
I think that was definitely off script for the Jedi. Like, leaders or generals of the army. As peacekeepers, can you keep the peace if you're cutting arms off?
Well, they were also master swordsmen, so I think that kind of like helps.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they did lose their way.
Well, the whole war thing's a different story. Like,
yeah.
The separatists, it says in the opening crawl that they're just trying to leave the Republic, and that's why the Jedi and everyone's attacking them, because they want to leave. It's like, just let them leave, man. It's peaceful.
Well, not only that, but I think they're refusing trade and also blocking trade between different countries. Planets, rather.
Yeah.
Systems. Yeah.
Which is an act of war, so...
Yeah, because I think they were using those blockades, etc., to kind of annex and subjugate those particular systems as a way of, getting more, stimulating their own economy. So I think that's what it started out as, and obviously they decided, we want to leave, and then the Republic decided that they shouldn't, and then suddenly...
It's explained a bit better in the Clone Wars. Like it's not like if you're a separatist, you're not a bad person necessarily. It says in number 3, there are heroes on both sides. So
here we go.
Yeah, There you go. But we definitely appreciate that email from you, Apple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And anyone else who has thoughts on just anything that we have or even haven't yet covered somehow in the 99 episodes we've done, turnsounds@gmail.com. Please reach out to us. It's a lot of fun for us. It also is very encouraging personally, even just for me alone, knowing that there are people out there, people who listen and people who enjoy what we have to say, you know, even our discussions. So,
Even our interpretations of R2 whistling.
no comment.
Yeah.
Very silent on that.
All right. Well, moving on from that, then we're going to do our shots from Rogue One.
I love it.
All right, off we go. So again, a short sort of mini series we've been doing where we've been pulling our favorite stills from the movies, and we're arriving at Rogue One today. And I'm going to have Ben do all of his first, so that he doesn't
I've
draw
just got
inspiration.
one. Did we have to do more than
We've done multiple for every single other one.
Yeah.
Okay, do your one and then we'll see.
But before all right, let's put this to rest once and for all. Okay.
Okay, I've got two.
Okay, good. Rogue One, Ben. Okay.
Yeah.
Ben. Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Do you really despise it that much? Or is it just
No.
not as good as people say?
The second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because, like, the story's just not very good.
Okay.
And the characters is the main thing. It's got a lot going for it as far as aesthetics and all that, but yeah, just the characters, I don't know, it's just not a very compelling story.
Okay.
Like, and that's what you really get with, the originals, the prequels, even the new ones. Like, there's so much heart to Rey and all these, you know, the journey they're going through. But the Rogue One, like, the characters and what they do, it just kind of seems like, kind of bland.
Okay. I would ask you to point to some examples simply because I watched that movie and I think it's just fun, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. And it's allowed to be. That's fine.
Yeah.
I guess it just feels like most of the other movies, like, have something to say. There's a reason they exist. There's a vision behind it. Whereas this was just like, oh, we've just got to make a Star Wars movie. Oh, yeah, this will do. Some rebels trying to find the plans. Like, but it wasn't like, here's a story we really want to tell of these characters doing this. You know what I mean? There was a kind of a lack of...
I kind of got the opposite, like especially from the interviews where they're talking to, Kathleen Kennedy for one, but then also like, you know, Gareth Edwards and like the actors and stuff. We're like, we came across this story. Apparently it had been in production for a while, like just collecting dust. And they brought it out and they actually saw, hang on, like why was there this massive defect in the Death Star? Like that.
Yeah, so that's the plot. Like, it's a good plot idea, but story, I'm more talking about like the character story. Like, did they ever say, oh, we came across this character of Jin and this journey she was going to go through and the things she was going to discover along the way? It, like, that doesn't really seem to be there for me. I get it's a cool idea to show how the Death Star plans were found and all that.
So
but-
I think, so is your issue not so much necessarily the overarching plot and story and theme?
So
but
the
it's
plot
more-
is
it's
like
more the
what
characters?
happens, and the story. Well, this is how I describe it at least. The plot is what happens in the movie, and the story is like the character focus. So even if nothing at all happens in the movie, if the character goes through a change or you know, develops, then that's the story really at the core of it. So it's got the plot and everything going for it, but it, like, just the characters don't really do anything interesting for me.
Interesting.
Even that I could maybe even make a case for.
Yeah, that's fine.
The fact that, you know, you've got Jin, Jin is a difficult case because a lot of people don't like her acting in that one. But you know, you see her vulnerable moments between her and her father. You've got the romance between Chirrut and Baz. You know, their cheeky relationship together. You've got Cassian and you've got K2SO, the banter that they have back and forth. Like, to me, even though the dialogue is not very memorable, like maybe that's the part that doesn't really stand out so well.
Yeah.
But each individual character, they have what you've described as like the shadow. What do you call that? When you see the silhouette of them, you know, you can recognize that character.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called. I
believe they call that a silhouette.
I think you brought that to my attention.
I did, maybe.
Yeah, they're recognizable if you just saw their silhouette, you'd be able to pick out
mate,
what
I
character.
can't remember that actually. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I get the point you're making. The characters are memorable for sure. Well, some of them at least, at least in the sense of, oh yeah, that there's a blind guy and all that.
Yeah.
I guess like, so Empire Strikes Back is always the easy one. Even let's pick Attack of the Clones as like the least liked in general. Still, you've got Anakin, who's thank you, who's this apprentice, and you're seeing his journey as he's sort of getting more and more disconnected from the Jedi Council and experiencing new things, anger and rage, and then he's sort of finding love, and you're seeing all these changes that the character's going through, and it's interesting, and there's stuff happening. Like, that's the hardest one because it's Attack of the Clones.
Right.
Obviously, the originals, there's so much like to pull out of it. But Rogue One, like, I can't think of anything. It's just, oh yeah, she joins the rebels and they find the plans and blow up the planet or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think you can make any of the plots sound simple
Sure,
in
yeah.
that sense, but yeah.
Sure.
I hear where you're coming from. I have always thought that it seems less character focused than all the other ones, and it's more action driven.
For sure.
For me, that makes it a fun movie. It makes it one that's not emotionally draining to watch. Like, even as they're toward the end staggering to the final thing to beam up the plans, I'm not there on the edge of my seat because I know that it's going to work, you know?
Yeah.
I know that they're going to get the plans out. So that's why it's a fun movie for me to watch. But yeah, I hear you on that, actually. That's a bit more clear for me. But yeah.
The original's one of the... I mean, all of them are easy, but yeah, even episode 4 is just, it sounds interesting. You've got a farm boy who is leaving everything behind. He's going out on this adventure, learning about a whole new world of the Force, and he grows to become a much braver character by the end of the movie. And yeah, there's just an interesting story there. There we go. Yeah. I'm ranting.
I could paint her in the exact same light, you know?
Yeah.
An orphan child who has a call to adventure, which she at first refuses, and then she becomes part of an unlikely band of heroes. Together they get the plans out, giving hope to the galaxy. She becomes a martyr for something that she never used to believe in.
You're right, yeah. And I'm probably just not saying it very well. Yeah. No, you're right.
I do hear you, though. Like, I understand where it's coming from. It's always felt like a side movie to me.
Yeah. Or maybe the best way to say it is that the characters seem like an afterthought to, we want these rebels finding the plans for the Death Star, and we've got these cool set pieces. Oh, who are the rebels going to be? I don't know. We'll just get a girl and a blind guy and these guys.
Right.
That'll do.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
Just
Interesting.
assemble a squad and off we go. Okay.
So which were your most favourite stills?
Appreciate the
from that
conversation, Ben.
movie? Yeah. No, just so, I'm just aware that we've gone very much off
Very
track,
much
but,
so.
but I think
it's not a
it's
bad
an
movie, though.
interesting perspective, and I think it's, you know, if anyone else out there has similar ideas, I want you to know that you're wrong, but you can tell us about it. Is that a message we're giving?
No, that's
one
not a message we're
last
giving.
thing on that is that I very much agree with what you're saying, that it's, you know, it's fine just to have a fun movie that's action focused. You don't have to worry too much about, you know, an emotional roller coaster, or, you know, you can just sit down, have fun, action. Like, that's great.
I do also understand the resistance to someone who says, "Oh, it was phenomenal. Did you? It was the best Star Wars movie." And you're like, "Was it?" Like, yeah.
Especially when they're like, "Oh, did you see Darth Vader at the end? That was amazing." Like, yeah, that was a great 60 seconds of the movie, but that doesn't make the whole movie amazing.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a very satisfying end to the movie.
It
So
is.
it leaves
It's a
you
very
feeling
good
hyped.
scene.
Yeah. What were your
Okay,
shots?
sure.
Yeah.
I believe it was in the trailer as well. You've got a Star Destroyer in the foreground and the Death Star's in the background with like the sun coming over it.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
eclipses
just
the sun, yeah.
absolutely, yeah. It's just epic. Look, it's a cool frame, and also the realness of it. Don't quote me on this, but I'm 90% sure they use like actual models for that instead of doing CGI. So
Cool.
there's something about it that just looks
Interesting.
very
I'll have to look
authentic
that up.
and like it was out of episode 4 instead of being CGI. So yeah, I like it.
Very cool.
Even with the small models that we got from Dear Andy
Yeah.
once upon a time, you can see how Should I show the camera? I don't want to get up
That's all right. Don't worry.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how if you did the perspective trick, you could,
Yeah, and when you put them under a lamp, they just look cool. Like, if you light them nicely. Yeah.
Nicely done. And your second one?
Just the stock standard Darth Vader at the end of the hallway, the lightsaber coming on.
Yeah.
Like, pretty easy, but yeah.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Totally agree.
I'll take you away with one of mine, and then
Go
I'll
ahead.
jump to you, Andy.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
On Jeddah, during the kerfuffle with the newly founded rebels and the Empire, they have that altercation.
That's the altercation.
Altercation. At one point, you see an ATST trunching through the streets, blowing different people away, and it's a very neat shot. Yeah. Again, just a very cool use of the ATST in a way which looks way scarier than we've seen them in like Return of the Jedi. They just were a bit goofy,
Yeah, they were more of a comedic release. I keep thinking of the ATST that tripped over the logs.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Doing
but
an
yeah,
Anakin.
this one's definitely yeah.
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah. What you got?
So for me, I want to take you right back to the beginning, right back to the one of the first planet, most of mine are actually landscape shots. So the wide shots.
That's fair.
As you see the Epsilon shuttle going over this black sand, black soil or whatever. You've got the green in the background of whatever planet they're on. They're going over the beach. Like those series of shots. Those were the first ones in Rogue One that you kind of see, and you go, "Oh, I'm in Star Wars. This is a Star Wars movie."
Exactly.
I know what this movie is now. Those were some really cool screens.
Yeah, man. Landscapes in Star Wars. I haven't done much travel overseas or abroad anywhere, but I can just imagine setting foot even on places such as that, like a black sanded beach, and being like, this doesn't feel like Earth. So it's very neat.
I think it was shot up in Norway or somewhere up there. That's the volcanic sand.
Oh yeah, ash.
Yeah.
Next, I got the shot of Jeddah that's been freshly hit by the Death Star. You've got the massive wave of like the sand and rocks and stuff about to hit the Rebel thing. Yeah, it's neat. And from the shot from outer space as well, you see the carnage on the ground. Everyone's dying and stuff, and then from outer space, it's just this little pocket in Jeddah.
This little circumference of
mushroom cloud thing. Yeah.
Shockwave. I wanted to call back to a prior shot where we see the Star Destroyer sitting above the holy city of Jeddah, just in the background. You've got the TIE fighters and the transports and all that. And you've got that kind of stark wide shot, again a landscape shot of that. It's a really it paints a picture of how big those destroyers are. Like they're not small, they're freaking massive, and you don't get that perspective in space, but you put it on a planet and you're like, oh, that's how big they are. Which
makes I don't know if they can't dock on the Death Star, can they? No, they're bigger than the.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't.
All right, cool.
One tried in episode 6, but didn't work out very well.
Didn't work too well, no. Okay.
Worth a shot.
Yeah. I got 2 more shots for you. One is Chirrut walking on the beach at the very end. This is the one with the Force, and the Force is beneath him things as he's walking across. And you just get that really wide shot of him walking across the beach. All this, cannon fire and debris and everything flying past him, and it really shows you how far he's got to walk and all the times he could have been hit by something. Yeah. It's a neat shot as well.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. It's brought a tear to my eye, that one.
There you
do. For me, it would be, I think for me, the last shot I will talk. I mean, there's so many really, but the last one for me is Darth Vader standing in the empty bay of the Profundity. Yeah. So after he's kind of gone through and
damn it, that was my last one.
Was it? Oh, got ya. Yeah. So as we see the Tantive 4 kind of blast away, and he's in background there, he's got 2 stormtroopers, and he's just got the cape flowing. And
so my question, it's a wicked cool shot. I really liked the look of it, but consistency, all things consistent.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
rat on Ben about like how did Leia survive in space and how did she open the door and
Yeah.
not get everyone sucked out. How was Vader and the Stormtroopers able to stand on the edge
He's
there?
more machine now than man.
But they should have been at least sucked out into space.
I imagine that there's some kind of shield barrier airlock system going on.
You reckon?
It's my argument.
Well, yeah. Same with the Death
That's what I'm
Star, where
saying.
they've just got, where the Millennium Falcon and all that comes in. It's just an open area, but they've got some sort of
Ray
like
shields.
shield that stops it.
And maybe we just don't see it in the shot.
I feel like it's a lot more obvious in all the other places.
No,
Okay, what do you got?
magnetic boots.
Magnetic boots.
Magnetic boots.
That's
All
good.
right.
That's good.
Found a way to do it.
They figured it out.
Okay.
Big fan of those boots.
Yeah, they're all right, aren't they? Yeah.
They go green in their
Imagine he's standing there on the edge of the platform and it just starts like floating because there's no gravity. Oh.
Help me, boys.
I
Help me.
want to imagine the pull of being vacuumed out into space. If your poor feet were attached to the ground, you'd just break your ankles off. Pretty sure that it's
Magnetic.
Yeah, but he
boots,
doesn't
yeah.
have any legs.
true.
Like his legs are metal.
Titanium.
Yeah, withdrawn.
Mm.
There you go. All right, well, moving on from that one, we are going all right for time. I reckon we'll do our notice integrations, our dialect of the day, and then we're going to save a what do you do segment, followed by a bit of an impromptu type thing for people who are plugged in at turnsounds.com, which, by the way, we do encourage you to thoughtfully consider perhaps joining the rest of the crew at turnsounds.com, plugging in. What that does is you give a little bit of money per month or per year, and that helps to fund things for this show to keep on running smoothly. And
Like subscriptions.
indeed, yeah, we've been very deliberate that we didn't want to just take the route that a lot of other podcasters have done with advertising stuff that's pretty useless to us and frankly to you as well. So we wanted it to be more of a community-based sort of outreach thing, and that's why we've moved away from Patreon as well. So maybe have a think about that, and
Yeah.
yeah.
We would appreciate any support you give us, even if it's just telling a friend about the show.
Absolutely.
Or
We're gonna,
eating a banana and listening to the show.
that's it.
Yeah.
Potassium.
Healthy.
Yeah.
I couldn't find
Well,
it.
you see, if you stay healthy, then they'll be alive longer and listen to the show for longer. So
No disintegration.
This is the part of the show where we bring back something that we like about Star Wars to end it on a positive note. And we are usually sung into the show by a very special vocal talent until we get someone better. Turnsounds@gmail.com. Please talk to me.
Have we reached out to Ariana Grande?
I have a fair few times. She's busy, my guess.
Yeah, okay, right, okay.
Yep.
We
Something
just
like
haven't found the right PR person.
One day. I'll have a grin ear to ear and you'll know why.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I got an email back. She said no, but I got an email
Someone
back.
with a fake email account will email. I'll still be
Yeah.
happy. All
Yeah,
right.
fair enough.
Who are we listening to today? I won't make you guys actually listen to it. Don't
Water.
worry. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Watto it is. It's terrible quality.
That's what makes it great. Woo!
There you go. He clearly hadn't heard the Cantina song in a long time.
Clearly.
No,
All right.
yeah.
What have you got there for us, Andy? What are you doing with that book?
My no disintegrations came from a book that I got last week, which was my gift, my visual dictionary for episode 1. And I just want to read a bit of a description on young Watto.
Yes.
No intention behind picking this up, but I was going through it prior to the show, found this out, and then we started talking about him. But that would be very nice. Thank you. Oh gosh, that's a callback. Oh, let's hope.
Maybe we need to bring some of that out in episode 100. Might do another one.
Ah.
I refuse to call anybody. Yes, please. Anyway, so he's a Toydarian, but he has
I'm sorry. Go for it.
Never gets old.
He has a pudgy belly, mostly composed of gas. And that is my no disintegration.
Is
for
that how
this
he
week.
flies so well?
Probably. He also has an algae-scented waistcoat, 3-day stubble, and a flexible
3-day.
flexible trunk-like nose, and a dubious squint. All descriptions of Watto from the Visual Dictionary.
Does it explain at all why his leg's broken?
So Ben
That's a good
maintains this
question,
story that his
actually.
legs are broken.
Yeah, one of his legs.
I've
is
never
broken.
heard that elsewhere.
Okay,
Hang on.
I have no idea
Gonna look
where that came from, but I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen him walk other than the Lego game.
Exactly, because he can't walk because his leg's broken.
Well, he does.
That's why he flies everywhere. But like one of his legs is more curled up than the other one.
I don't think that's something.
Let me
doesn't
Google
seem
it.
to be.
Okay.
Well, I'll come back. But,
Yeah.
do you want to do
He
your?
does- he
notice?
does have
You've got a
webbed
corner
feet.
next week, Ben. Could you maybe insert
All right,
that
I'll
as well?
save it for that.
Yeah,
No
and we also
worries.
want to know George Lucas's middle name.
Okay.
So
It's Sebulba.
yeah, I hope so.
Mm.
Oh, really quick.
Okay, sorry.
No, forget it. Never mind. That's for our people who are plugged in. That's something special for you.
Oh, we got a good
Oh.
middle name.
Yeah. Okay. Don't let us know just yet.
Okay.
For my no disintegrations, we were talking Rogue One just now. So
Yeah.
the interaction between Krennic and Galen Erso right at the start. I really like that Krennic never once believes Galen Erso's story. How he's talking about farming really, what's going on here, and then my wife Lyra died, and he's like, how? Oh, that's just terrible,
Search the farm.
And then straight up, just search the place, and then along comes Lyra, and it's like, oh look, Lyra, back from the dead.
Yeah.
Miracle.
Ben Mendelsohn is a great actor.
Yeah,
Really good.
didn't
Yeah.
know he was an Aussie guy, but there
Did
you
you
go.
not?
No.
I picked it straight away.
Oh, there you
I
go.
also have been watching him in Australian films for much of my childhood.
There you go.
No.
Yeah. No, I think that's really cool. And it just, at any moment, you're like, are you going to snap and shoot everybody? Like, what's the deal here? So I think he does a very menacing bad guy. Yeah.
I am a fan of Krennic.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I will say that for the Rogue One thing. Like, the way that they wrote Krennic to be just, undercut in every sort of turn, constantly trying to prove himself. And then along comes Tarkin and says, you're trash. Bippity boppity, your stuff's now my property, and then takes over the
Classic Tarkin line.
Yeah.
bippity boppity.
Yeah.
Not bad.
A
Thank you.
single engine ignition. Boopity boo.
Okay, that got me. Ben, what's your no disintegrations?
Well, going along with the Watto theme, can I talk about Watto?
Yes.
I-
Okay.
We've got young Watto you were talking about, but I actually want to touch more on old Watto he's only 12 years older or how long, but in episode 2, he's a bit older. I like how we see in episode 1, I've lost everything.
Yeah,
And then we see the consequences of that in episode 2. He's not just still running the junk shop in exactly the same way. Like he's had to sell Shmi because he ran out of money, and he just looks more,
He's let himself go.
what's the word? Yeah, he's let himself go very well.
he's got
put.
flies buzzing around him, and he's
Flies, yeah, that's a very good
That
detail.
3-day
And
stubble is a
I'm going to
fucking-
say, it's a few more than 3 days stubble in episode 2. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Is he? I haven't noticed. Has he
Character
let
progression.
himself go as far as his shape as well? Like, is he a bit maybe tubbier and
He's got a bit more gas.
he
in that
looks
pudgy.
like a potato,
Yeah.
however you put it.
stored up more gas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. So, I like that there's that consistency and a follow-on. You see, okay, he did lose everything. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. There you go. Okay, we're going to now move on to our finale of the show, our dialect of the day.
You can understand that thing?
And this is where I bring to you, the listeners, and the people watching over at YouTube. And if people ask, are you on YouTube? Yes, we are. So
Yeah.
you can view us there.
But if you're on YouTube watching us, we're not there.
No, we've moved,
Yep.
but we're still there. So
We're on
YouTube.
Vine now.
Oh dear.
TikTok.
This comes from episode 4.
Our episodes are only 15 seconds
That's
long.
right. Yeah.
This comes from episode 4. We find ourselves in the trash compactor listening to the Dianoga.
Pretty sure that was this morning in the toilet.
Oh, dude. Sound design
Yeah,
guy, like,
to
oh,
go there.
I got an idea. No, that's his little eye popping out and looking
Oh,
around.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
I thought the audio
Jabba
might.
in the toilet.
Yeah, just someone had too much chili the night before.
Funny thing is, I don't actually remember hearing the sound of that at all. Really.
I think it's
Yeah.
covered by a lot of the other. I don't know.
like the sounds of the machines and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because you're distracted by the action on the screen,
Yeah.
and so you're not focusing so much on the sound of what's going on the screen.
Gotcha.
No.
One criticism maybe for that is that it doesn't sound like he's underwater. Like a lot. If you play back the, it doesn't sound
That was the wrong
like
one.
That was
it's
the
coming from
wrong
underwater.
one.
Maybe the second one also.
It does a bit sound. Okay, I'm regretful for that one. Yeah. Okay, I kind of hear, but then it's a bit like a whale in a way, you know, with the
Yeah, it's,
sound and
yeah.
what.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the lion roar, and it sounds like air coming in.
Yeah.
Or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Well, that's where we're going to leave it for everybody who is not plugged in.
Great place to leave
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Great.
indeed.
Could we tease the theme of what would you do?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about behind closed firewalls, in a way is a firewall,
If
but
you set fire to your phone while you listen to this, it's a firewall.
what's sitting behind a little paywall, we're going to be talking about in our What Do You Do segment is how would we get the money to fix the Nubian other than the pod race? So we got to find a way. We're stranded on Tatooine.
Yeah.
We still need parts for the ship. How are you going to get the money that you need?
Good question.
It's a great
In the
question.
words of Jala, we'd know nothing mullah to trading with, I think is his
That was
line.
great.
So,
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Mhm.
hey, his lines, take it up with G. Lucas. Yep.
Sure thing.
I have nothing to say on that. Nothing further.
All right. So, yeah, all the more incentive to have a think about what you want to do there. But for the next time, I'm your host, Isaac Mike Anthony. You know me as Admiral Isaac Byron. You can look forward to episode 100.
Yeah.
You beautiful people.
Ba-ba-ba-bow.
Next week, we're going to be doing every single thing we've ever done ever, segment-wise.
Yeah, okay. Good game.
Yeah.
We're going to relive the last 99 episodes.
Brace
Very
yourself.
long.
Yeah. We have been joined by Andrew. Hello.
Andrew D2 this week. Hello and goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening to this madness.
And Ben Quadranaris. I can never remember what he does, but
Boga waka.
yeah, there we go. Thank
That
you.
was good. That was good.
Thank you.
Might look him up in my visual dictionary.
Yeah, save it, I reckon. Tasteful for later.
That'd be good.
Yeah, we might encounter him in our plugged in section. Who knows?